Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fifth video of this series, which is on campaigns and creatives. My name is Malamola Zailana and let's get into it. Alright, so when speaking campaigns, the first thing you'd want to consider is what is a campaign? And according to Google's Oxford Dictionary, a campaign is an organized course of action to achieve a goal. So you could say it's what you're going to do to succeed with your ads. While running ads, there are a number of objectives you can pick to achieve your desired goal. These are called campaign objectives. Assuming you're looking to get sales for your business, what you would do is pick an objective that can help you achieve that. On the other hand, assuming you're a business that transacts offline, what you can do is select an objective that can help you find people who are interested in your offer or services. In Facebook, there are 6 campaign objectives you can pick based on what your business is and what you're looking to achieve. These are awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotions, and sales. All 6, and I'm about to walk you through all of these and their use case to sort of figure out how you can apply them in your business. First on the list, we have awareness, which is quite self-explanatory. This is for when you're looking to raise as much awareness as possible for your business. It's very ideal for when you're looking to launch a new location, get as many people to know about you, or when you're about to run your first conversion campaign and we want as many people to know about you so you can get a lot of conversions. It takes into account reach and impressions to get you the result you're looking for. Second, we have traffic, which is getting as many people to a specific destination. This could be a website, it could be an application, it could be a page, any other thing you could be optimizing for. And how this works is that it takes into account the amount of people who visited a specific destination. Then third, we have engagement, which is getting as many people to engage with what you're optimizing for. This could be video views, post engagement, page engagement, or any other engagement you're looking for within the Facebook ecosystem. Then we have fourth, which is leads. This is getting details of people who are interested in what you're offering, and you can do this through a Facebook instant form, WhatsApp, Messenger, or even a landing page to get what you're looking for. And how it works is that it helps you get contact details of people who are interested in your offer, or have them contact you to get more information about your offering. From there, we have the fifth one, which is app promotions, and as is, it's promoting an application or promoting an event on an application. Then we have the last one, which is also Facebook's most effective campaign objective, sales. It works really well for helping you get online sales through a Shopify store or any other website with a payment processor. It can also help you get as many conversions for what you're looking for, provided it's sales or opt-ins on a landing page. This also happens to be the most expensive campaign objective in terms of advertising rents to get a result. Carefully evaluating your campaign goals and which objective can help you achieve what you're looking for is essential in having success with your Facebook ads. From here, we have the second part of this video, which is creatives. Creatives are the image and video element of your ad, and they play a huge role in the success of your campaigns. There are 3 main types of ads you should have seen on Facebook by now, which are image ads, video ads, and carousel ads. The first 2 I'm certain you've seen, but you might wonder what a carousel ad is. A carousel ad is an ad format that displays a number of offers at once, often used by e-commerce brands and product-driven businesses. You can also use these for your reviews or explaining your offer a lot better as well. Totally fine with that. Here's a quick example of how that looks. My process for putting together creatives is based on doing competitive research, not just for competitors, but for also big players in my space to see what they are doing and what I can replicate to improve my ads. That's to say, I'm about to show you how you can apply the law of grades in Facebook ads. You've probably heard of this a number of times, and what it is you're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with in life. In sales, it's spend more time with the number one salesperson, do twice their number just to get as good as they are. In copywriting, it's to write more of the best copywriters' copy. These are all things we do to pay off ignorance, as we don't have as much experience in the thing we're looking to learn. In advertising, it's to implement or copy as many of the best performing ads as possible to get a better result. There's a famous quote from Wilson Misner which goes, "If you steal from one author, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's research." That's what we'll be doing. We'll essentially be assembling ads, not creating them from scratch, and there's an incredible tool Facebook has created for this, which is called the Facebook Ads Library. Now, quick disclaimer, not every ad you see within the ad library will be within Facebook's compliance boundaries. That's to say, I'm going to walk you through which ads to swipe from and which ones not to copy from, and how to go about this process. With that being said, let's get into the ads library. Alright, welcome to the Facebook Ads Library, and this is how things look. And if you want to navigate it by yourself, just go ahead and search Facebook Ad Library on your browser or in your browser, and you should be able to find the URL. It's not all that complicated. And this is how things will look by default. First thing you have is your current location. I'm from Lesotho, that's why we have that there. And then we'll have the ad category, which is all. And this is where you'll search for what you're looking for. But what I recommend is for you not to search your country, or you could say search your current location, specifically if you're in a tier 3 country, which is say third world, or tier 2 second world, somewhere around South Africa, and I think Brazil is considered tier 2 as well, Portugal, and all of those countries. I would recommend going for a tier 1 country. Now, tier 1 countries are basically the first world, and why I recommend this is because they have a lot more experience using Facebook advertising and all the media buying channels. So you want to try something out like the United States or the United Kingdom, the UAE as well, but some of the ads will be in Arabic, so just go for the United States, Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada, and all of those. And then you'll have your category as all, and then for the search bar, you'll then fill in whatever you're looking for. You can go with interior design, like say real estate, architects, kitchen remodeling, whatever it is that you're looking for. You can just go ahead with that. And so we'll do interior design to sort of show you how this will look. After searching what you're looking for, of course, you'll have the load speed, and it'll display all the ads that are available sort of within this category or industry, which is more interior design ads. And what we're going to do now is then filter off to make sure that the ads we can see or we swipe from are best performing ads. So what we'll first do is make sure that the ads are active ads. As you can see, active status. You want to make sure that the ads are active. Alright, so that is that. And then advertisers language, you can just have it as English just to make sure that that's that. But if you don't have any other language categories here, you'll just have it as all, which means most of the ads are written in English. And so how we're going to ensure that we swipe from the best performing ads is by ensuring that we swipe from ads that have been active for 6 months or more. That's to say, I'm currently recording this video on the 20th of March 2025, right? And so what you'd want to do is trace back to 6 months prior. So that would be somewhere around October. So you can try October the 1st, which is our to date. That's probably somewhere around 6 months prior. And then our from date will be 12 months from our current date. So that would be 2024 March, right? And so this is how you can make sure that the first, you could say, set of ads that you swipe from are best performing ads, because no one is going to have an ad active for 6 months or more unless it's really getting them somewhere. So that's the first thing you'd want to filter out for. So you'll notice our ad results went from 10,000 to about 800. And this is when you start doing sort of the groundwork to see which ads you like. And what I normally do from here is then go from the bottom up, right? I'll start all the way from the bottom, which should be around March the 7th, 2024, and then work my way up, looking through all the different types of ads that I see and sort of what I like and resonate with. So you won't only be looking at the images or videos. I would also recommend looking at the advertising copy as well, to sort of see which offers people are using and what you can implement to make sure that your ads really stand out and you can put together something that people can relate to or actually enjoy. This translates to all the other industries you could be in, which could either be real estate, or you're an architect, not just an interior designer, or you're a kitchen remodeling contractor, or you're a brick and mortar business. This concept works. Just try to emulate it and sort of see how that will go for you. You can change countries and go from the US to the United Kingdom. And once I've actually found an ad that I like, this is what I normally do. Presuming this is our ad, well, that doesn't look like something that I would swipe. So I'm just going to try to find something that's a bit more, say, engaging and sort of makes me stop scrolling or something like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not the best. Yet again, it's not too bad. So what I would then do is go to that page so that I can see more of the ads they are running, right? And how that would go is that I would land on that page, and then you'd sort of go to the page transparency so you can see the rest of the other ads they have going on. That's to say, when an advertiser has a great ad or something that you like about their ads, you don't just want to take that ad as is. They're likely a great advertiser at large. So what you want to do is visit that page and sort of swipe a lot more from their account to see what you can put together in order to have engaging ads for yourself. So I'll then come to see what they have and see, okay, they've tested different variations, and then you can see which variation or which version of ads they're using a lot. You'll notice that they're using carousel ads, which means they might be converting e-commerce or on a Shopify store or something of that nature. The idea is to sort of look through and see what they have, and then you can try to figure out what you can implement or swipe so that you can have that in your own ads. And so I've prepared a number of examples which will fall in different industries, like it's a ton lot, just to sort of show you how this process goes. So here are some of the ads or some of the accounts I swiped from in the past say 12 months. So this is an estate agent in the US. As you can see, it seems as though he's running his own ads. I think what I liked about him was that he has a very specific offer, which is that they do video reviews for their they sort of do video as a model to sort of get people to view their listings, and he was sort of talking about that. I liked other elements of his advertising copy. I'm gonna just play this video.
I recently sold a lakefront home in the Nashville area for a record price on the streets. Now, our market is really good, but there are some specific steps I took with this homeowner to make sure we sold this home both quickly and for the highest possible price. I want to break down some of those steps, discuss a little bit of the strategy we used to make sure that home was seen by the maximum number of lakefront buyers, both in our area and out of our area, that we knew would have an interest in it. This home was in perfect.
And so you could say he sort of has an angle over using video as a method that they're using to display their ads. I think one of the ads that I liked from him was this one, which is I don't know everything, but after 1,200 home sales, I've seen a lot and learned a lot. So it sort of explains his how he works within the real estate space based on his experience. And
the hardest things to do in real estate as an agent is to take over a listing that's already been on the market and failed to.
So it's basically talking about stale listing. I think this term I also learned from him. So this is also another great thing about swiping ads. You can also learn from other people who are further ahead than you, as I've already mentioned in the video introducing why I do competitor research. And then here's another team of agents in Australia. That's to say, notice I'm sort of looking around to find what I can really put together. Some accounts will be from the UK, some Australia, and so I'm just going to quickly walk you through. I'll try to do all these pages here as they fall under different industries, right? So yeah, I think what I liked about them was this: they sort of had an incredible offer here. Stop spending countless weekends house hunting in Brisbane, and then they sort of explain that offer. And that offer is geared towards helping people save time, sort of finding the perfect home, right? You'll notice here they also have another format. If you are tired of scrolling for the perfect forever home and wasting weekends going on for open houses to, find your home and all of that. And so there's really a lot you can grasp from this entire swiping process by just sort of looking at what other agents are doing. Then we have this other agent as well, Australia, right? And so worried about achieving top dollar for your property. So it's not just for the ads, you can also look at the advertiser copy. I think this is also Australia, and this is a bit more franchise, and they're running something that's geared towards, say, branding. You'll notice most of what they have is brand elements, and the idea here is to sort of see what big creators or what big advertisers are doing within your space and get a grasp of how that would look. So I'm just gonna future paste to some pieces of creative. Now this is where we get into the construction space. This is a flooring offer, and I think what I liked about Marshall was their creatives. These guys are from the US, right? So I really liked how they positioned our flooring, whether it's carpet offers or it's hardwood flooring or it's vinyl, laminate, right? So they had, say, samples to sort of show people what they'd be getting, which was really incredible. In South Africa, you don't really get a lot of that. I also like this a lot. This was a creative I liked a lot. Flooring that can handle any mess, right? Incredible. So I really like that, sort of like geared towards you could say moms. I'm not having to deal with the hassle of constant cleaning. And so that's sort of how it looks with these guys. I'm gonna go through and with these guys I also liked their creatives, being the images for their ads. 33 active ads. Start from the bottom. I think when I found out about them was sort of when they were running this offer. Wondering how to keep your home comfortable and stylish all year long, right? So I liked how they sort of pieced together everything in the ad, and then they show you different types of laminate, vinyl, or whatever this is, and 5-star reviews. They have 4.7 out of 5, over 600 reviews. This in general was a great creative to sort of get someone to say stop, or when you're trying to get someone back to your customer journey. It's just incredible. And so this is really how this could help you, by sort of seeing what other people are doing and getting a feel of what you can do with your own ads. You'll notice they are continuously going with their sampling, 75 years plus of experience, social proof, everything in there. So I'm going to keep on going just to really show you how valuable this process is, right? So this is also a flooring. I think I should go to the next offer since that's also a flooring offer. And then these guys were windows and doors, if I'm precise. And I also like their creatives. So the team is predominantly in Brazil. You'll notice that. Oh gosh, that adds off. But I like their creatives a lot. I think if I scroll through their social media, you'll sort of get a feel of how they post on their socials, right? They had really incredible creatives. They had really incredible sort of like content marketing to get people to engage with what they have, right? See how they sort of display their doors and what factor or element they fulfill. And then we had this gentleman who had an incredible offer, sort of helping people understand the difference between a home makeover and a renovation process and how much people would be saving. So it says a kitchen makeover is 70% less than a renovation, right?
In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to share how you can get a beautiful modern kitchen makeover for just 1/3 of the cost of a kitchen renovation. Imagine transforming your kitchen for
If I heard that line personally, I would have been engaged. So this is sort of where you look into other offers and see, okay, this is what people are saying, this is what they're promising. I think I can also deliver on this promise, right? That's also another factor you'd want to consider, ensuring that you can also deliver on the promises that you're making. So DLive is also another, you could say, another great team of advertisers. They are in, I'm not sure whether it's India or Pakistan. Yeah, it's India. So I like their creatives and sort of like advertising copy and how they piece everything together. They had different versions of ads that are geared towards the home renovation process, right? So mainly living spaces, moving towards all of everything. You'll notice they have something unique about how they do like carousel ads, right? Super spectacular. Now you'll notice what I mentioned by a carousel ad allowing you to explain your offer a lot better. So with all these slides, they've sort of mentioned a lot of things. They have a 40-day handover, they have a 10-year warranty, they have a 20 years expertise, 100% customized home interiors. So carousel ads could sort of also help you lay out an offer better. So that's another example of how that looks, and I think they do an incredible job. They have video versions. Right, and sort of what they're doing is also geared towards clients who had a great experience with them. They have a lot of that as well. You'll notice here's another family. Yeah, there's another family, right? So it's sort of geared towards a testimonial process. So it's this isn't a fun process, but if you really wanna get a head start in your advertising, sort of like make less mistakes, this process is incredible in showing you what other people are doing and to sort of get a feel of how you can get your first foot in. And I can assure you, tons and tons of advertisers still do this to this day. MG Interiors was also another advertiser. Just it appears they aren't running ads at the moment, but I was saying tons and tons of big name advertisers still do this as a process of continuously learning, because there's always something you can learn from someone, right? And so this really is the process you could take to sort of get a head start and figure out how you can piece together your creatives. Look at how other advertisers in your space are doing it. This is sort of also geared towards interior design, right? I think what I liked about these guys was how they showcased their craftsmanship, sort of like the work they have done. And then you have Ovi and Dean. I really liked back to Australia. I really liked their creatives a lot, sort of like how the images they use for their ads. Right, I'm gonna show you that in a minute. So here are a few examples of that. Just gonna, yeah. Right, there you have that. Have multiple different versions, right, for different placements. Right, there you have it. There you have that ads sort of like geared towards like pendants and all of that. As you can see there, I think there was one that was geared towards, say, a Google placement. See what I'm talking about, right? So the creative process can be a bit easier when you draw inspiration from a lot of people who may be further ahead than you. Super incredible thing you can do for yourself, right? And there's one specific ad I liked. Not sure whether they still have it live. Okay, but that's alright. And then we had these guys. Alright. You'll notice they have quite a huge team, United Kingdom. Alright. And so what I liked about them was also their creatives, right? Sort of how they use carousel ads to tell a story, right? It's one thing you'd also want to consider, right? And so really it just keeps going on and on and on, right? It's just about spending enormous hours on your advertising and on your ad library to sort of see what people are saying, and this is sort of how all of that will look at the end, say at the end of the day or at the end of the specific process. And you'll also like highlight specific sections that you like, so the words that they're using. You can do this through a Google Doc. You can I recommend doing it through a Google Doc because you're able to sort of save the video on your PC, and you can write the ad copy out to sort of see what you can put together. And this is really how it looks. It's not complicated, and I hope this was able to enlighten you and sort of help you understand how to go about this process of doing competitor research and looking through what people ahead of you are doing. I don't recommend going directly for your competitors, because if you are in South Africa, they're likely doing a lot more of the same and don't have in-depth level on how to actually go about it, unless it's a franchise and they can actually afford to bring in a team of media buyers and all of that. However, this would be the process I recommend. This was a 20 minutes recording, and this is far from fun. So it's quite a tedious process, but it's essential in helping you get what you're looking for. I hope this was helpful, and let's get back into the video. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go about competitor research to get the most from your ads. Action steps for this video would be to go through the ads library and sort of see what you can find in order to enhance or put together better offers, better ads, so you can get better results. Not only that, but I would recommend having an overview of your campaign goals and which objectives would work for you. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.